It took me 3 years to buy this collection of Israeli silver coins. Let me explain what I'm talking about.
NGC is the sponsor of the Silverpicker YouTube channel, and Whatnot is the sponsor of today's video. Thank you both for your support.
All right, so here is the coin collection, and I'm sure you're all wondering what I mean from the title of this video, that it took me 3 years to buy this collection. Now, no, that is not clickbait, but it's obviously not literal either, right? Like, I wasn't sitting and counting these coins out and negotiating for 3 years straight, but rather it took me 3 years from meeting the person who sold it to me to them actually selling it to me. And I want to do two things in this video. I want to obviously show you the deal, show you the coins, tell you what I paid for it, go through everything, and tell you what I stand to make on it. But also, I want to talk about how to build a network of people to sell you coins so that you can start your coin business or coin side hustle like I have. Now, when I started, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anybody who was selling coins. I didn't have any insider info or connections whatsoever. And I got all of my deals. Like, if you go back to my early videos on my channel, I leave every single video up, so even the terrible ones from, over 10 years ago, all of those deals were sourced at garage sales. And what I would do is I would go every weekend to literally like 50 garage sales a day. I'm not exaggerating. I'd be there at 7 in the morning and I'd be going until 4 p.m. and I would just hit sale after sale after sale. And most of them didn't have coins out, but I would always say, hey, do you have any coins for sale? Any old coins for sale? And most of the time they would just say no, but sometimes they would say, yeah, I do, but I don't have time to take them out, blah, blah, blah. Occasionally they would just go run into their house, bring it out, and I'd be able to make a deal right there. But most of the time they would say, nah, I'm busy with the sale, I don't have time, but leave me your number. And when I first started leaving my number, I literally never got any callbacks, zero, right? So I obviously was a little disillusioned with that and thinking I'm never gonna make a deal off of that. But what I ended up doing the following summer is I printed business cards. And that is a tip that you guys should absolutely do. If you're going on the garage sale or flea market, or even if you just want to get your name out there in your own community, print some cards up, tell people that you're buying coins, you're buying silver, you're buying gold, and hand them out. So when I would go to garage sales and they would say, yeah, I've got some coins, but I'm not ready to sell them, blah, 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 I would give them a business card and hope for the best. Occasionally they'd call me like a week later and set up a time for me to come, but most of the time I would never hear from them. But then it started to happen 2-3 years later that I started getting calls from the people that I first handed those business cards out to. And this was one of those examples. Now, about a year ago, 3 years after I handed out that business card, this guy called me up and said he had a coin collection. I went over to his house, I bought everything, and that was that. And he since referred me to other people. So I've bought coin collections from other people that this guy referred me to. Now here we are actually technically 4 years later, a year after I bought that first collection from him. He calls me up and he says, hey, I found another part of my father's coin collection. Do you want to buy it? And that's what this is. So you don't really understand how powerful that network effect and that referral effect is until years later, but you have to plant the seeds now. So that's my little lesson for today, but why don't we take a look at this coin collection? So I paid 70% of the value of this collection. So you guys can do all the eBay looking up, and I don't like to give the exact price because what ends up happening when I used to do that is 2 years later after the video has been out, people are like, you only paid him, $20 for that coin, blah, blah, blah. It's worth $35. You ripped him off. And they don't realize that the video is from 2 years ago when the silver price changed. So anyway, most of the coins here, he told me originally that everything was going to be just Israeli coins. I didn't realize there was going to be other stuff as well. I'm not sure what's in here yet. He gave me this collection to review on my own, and then I'm going to pay him back after I've reviewed it because, we know each other at this point and there's a trust there. So let's take a look. So we've got a Hanukkah coin from 1979, and this is one of the very popular Israeli series from the 70s and early 80s where they had Hanukkah lamps, which are the menorahs as many people call them, technically a Chanukiah, but the menorahs they have from lots of different Jewish traditions from around the world. So this is a coin with the Egyptian style of Chanukiah or menorah on there. So you can see here that this is silver, and it's 50% silver, 500, and it weighs 20 grams. Another important thing to know about these Israeli coins and this series is two things. One is that they made a lot of the same coins with different metal values. So you have to double check, you have to weigh them if it doesn't come with the card, right? Because this one's 50% silver, but they also have ones that are 90% silver, and then they also have ones that are cupro-nickel and no silver at all. The second thing you need to know about it is you'll notice that there's this green, ugly patina on the coin. Really bad on this side. And that's because these holders are PVC. Now, I did a whole video on how PVC is really bad for coins. You can check it out in the card over here. But you definitely do not want to store any coins in PVC. These are already affected by it, and essentially either whoever buys this coin will end up having to clean it and it'll be a cleaned coin, or they're going to have to leave it in this ugly green sludge, green state, with the PVC damage. This one is a 1977 one. And this one is the Jerusalem Hanukkah lamp. And this one is another Jerusalem Hanukkah lamp. And you can see here, this one is cupro-nickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel. This is the 1972 Russian Hanukkah lamp. But this one you can see it says proof. And this one is 750 silver. So right now we have cupro-nickel, 50% silver, and 75% silver. And you can see here, this one's really badly affected by the PVC. I mean, this is horrible, right? You can see all the PVC residue even within here, because this has been sitting here for 40 years. Let's take a look at what this one is. Another Russian lamp, silver 750. This one's probably the same. Yep, another one is the same. This one is the Babylonian lamp, the Babylonian Chanukiah, and this one is also 50% silver. This one, same one, and this one probably the same one as well. Ooh, that one's really dirty. That one's filthy. And I should point out that everything you see here will be available at my next Whatnot auction. If you don't know what Whatnot is an incredible live video auction app in which bidders and sellers come together in real time to buy and sell all sorts of cool collectibles. I mean, they've got everything. If you collect it, they've got it. But I am going to be selling all of these coins that you see in this video at my next Whatnot auction, and I'm starting everything at $1. You can't beat that. And on top of that, if you're new to Whatnot, you can download the app using my link, whatnot.com/invite/silverpicker, and you get $15 in Whatnot credit added to your account automatically for free. And guess what? I always have silver coins in my Buy It Now for $15. So you are all but guaranteed to walk away with a free silver coin. And I'm not talking about a little dime. I'm talking about a Walking Liberty $50, for example. You can get for free just for using my download link. And it gets even better because now Whatnot has actually opened applications for anyone who wants to sell. You apply to be a seller through my link, and Whatnot will match your first $150 worth of sales. So yeah, if you sell 50 bucks worth of stuff, they'll give you 100. If you sell 150 bucks worth of stuff, you walk away with $300. You definitely don't want to sleep on this. Anyway, let's get back to business and take a look at the rest of these coins. So we've seen a whole lot of the Hanukkah coins, but there are other coins that Israel has done. This one, for example, is a 1978 Independence coin, and this one's also 50% silver. It is a proof one, and yes, it is affected by this terrible scourge of PVC, but that's how it goes. So for this, I basically just pay silver values because the numismatic value is completely destroyed by the bad PVC problem. So again, this one is 50% silver. This one's a Chanukiah from Holland. Man, we're really making our way around the world. We've got another one from Holland and another one from Holland. And you can see that it has a face value of 10 liras. The liras is what they had before the shekel, and now they have what's called the new shekel. Now this one is my favorite of all the Israeli commemorative coins. This one is the 25th anniversary of the state. This one's 90% silver, and this one's a proof. I love the design because it is a facsimile of the Israeli Declaration of Independence, and I think it's just such a beautiful coin, really, really well done. These are also Hanukkah coins. This one is also a cupro-nickel. You can see 75% copper, 25% nickel. So those are obviously not worth as much as the silver ones. And here is another really, really popular Israeli silver coin. This is the David Ben-Gurion Special Commemorative Proof Coins. This one's in 935 silver. Remember, I wasn't kidding when I said that this has a very confusing mix of silver and silver types. But this is a commemorative coin commemorating the first Prime Minister of Israel, David Ben-Gurion. And it's a really sharp looking coin. And these always sell really, really well at my Whatnot auctions just because it's such an interesting piece of history. These sell out very, very quickly. But like everything else, I'm starting it at $1. Now, I'm excited because I have no idea what's in these coins. I think that this is a Morgan dollar. Actually, yes, I can see that it is indeed a Morgan dollar. And I was not expecting that in this lot. Okay, 1921p in, you know, normal condition. These at this point are like $35 all day long. It's almost a commodity at this point. Let's take a look at this. Do we have another Morgan? We do. This one's an 1891 in significantly worse condition, 1891-0. Another one, maybe this is a peace dollar, let's see. Nope, we've got another this one's an 1886p. Slightly better condition, but still, you know, nothing special. And now we have this guy. What on earth is in here? I'm hoping that it's more silver dollars, but I have no idea. All right. Yes, indeed. We've got 3 more Morgan dollars. Let's take a look. This is an 1896p. This is an 1882, also p. And finally, a cleaned 1885p silver dollar. So not a bad little collection at all, and I am very, very happy because I will make about 20% on this. Now remember, I said I paid 70% of the value, but no matter where you sell, whether it's Whatnot or whether it's eBay or pretty much anywhere, you're gonna have some selling fees. So it's about 10% in terms of selling fees overall, which is a very reasonable profit margin. And while this is a small collection, you do enough of these and you make yourself a little business. And I really, really, really implore anybody who's watching this video that's been thinking about getting into the business of flipping coins for a profit to just give it a try. Go out this summer. We still have another month and a half basically of summer, of warm weather, of garage sale season, certainly in the Northeast. Maybe if you're in Florida, you've got, you know, 365 days of garage sale season. But get out there and tell people that you're looking to buy coins and buy those coins. And if I leave you with one last piece of advice, give them a fair deal. Do not rip the people off. I know that sometimes it can feel exciting. You see a coin collection and you can offer them 20 bucks. They don't know it. But don't do that because this is a long-term game. You want to get referrals. You want to have opportunities like this 3 years later, 4 years later, where the person remembers you, had a good experience, and wants to use you again and again and again. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you learned something, give it a thumbs up. And if you have questions, put it in the comments below. If you have those questions, I'm sure other people have those questions as well, and we can all learn from it. If you like these kind of videos, I make them every single week, so you best hit that big old red subscribe button. And I've got a lot more awesome stuff coming down the pike, so stay tuned, and until then, Silver Picker out.
A huge, huge thank you to all of my wonderful patrons. You guys are amazing. If you're not yet a patron and want to become one, the links are below, and I can't wait to meet you in our private Discord server.